Cody Ko has blasted crypto influencers for exploiting their followers. YouTubers including Manny and Jackie Aina had a video call with President Biden for some reason. Bryce Hall responds after a video is released that supposedly shows him assaulting a girl when he was a teen, and it's the return of factory or fictionary. All this plus I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. that pudding. On this week's edition of YouTuber News, hosted by me, Benedict Townsend, at Benedict Town, and brought to you by PopBuzz, the only website that says, well, good for you. You look happy and healthy. Not me, if you ever cared to ask. But good for you, you're doing great out there. Without me. Baby. God, I wish I could do that. I've lost my mind. I've spent the night crying on the floor in my bathroom. Just over the fact that I really don't get it. But I guess, good for you. Tuber News. Latest song by Oliver Rogers. Our first story, Cody Ko has posted a new video blasting influencers who influence their followers into investing into risky new cryptocurrencies. Like Dogecoin, or SafeMoon, or DogeMoon. Safe Doge, and then of course there's Moon Doge, and finally Moon Moon. This is a real business for adults and it should be taken seriously. Cody was addressing the influencers who use their vast following and vast pools of cash to make a load of money off cryptocurrencies while leaving a lot of their followers high and dry. For example, he talked about a guy called Dave Portnoy, who is some kind of American bro guy, who told his many followers that he had bought $40,000 worth of one coin, while also saying the whole time he was not a financial expert. He was like, guys, I'm not a financial expert, this is not advice, but he had, as Cody says, he had told everyone he'd bought a huge amount of this coin, which is kind of an implicit endorsement. You're saying, hey guys, I'm not an expert, I don't know anything about this. I have poured money into it because I think it's amazing, but that was just like a joke. Lol, like you shouldn't buy it. I have poured money into it though. But before we get into all that, I suppose I should quickly explain how cryptocurrency works. So basically, back in 1995, Steve Jobs created the first computer. And then came the greatest operating system of all, Windows 10. And then one coin and another coin love each other very much. Used to buy and sell drugs. This has been Benedict's Bitcoin hoedown. Yeehaw! Anyway, the process that Cody is talking about is known as pump and dump, and it's kind of exactly what it sounds like. No, not that. This is a family show. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm talking about the practice of putting money into a coin or a stock and then hyping up other people to do the same, which drives the price way up, the pump, and then you immediately sell your original investment, the dump. But then all those other people you've encouraged to buy are just stuck with loads of this thing, which is now no good. And speaking as someone who has lost over $100 million on Ratcoin, I have to say that Cody makes a pretty compelling point. But does this mean that these crypto influencers should be put in some kind of cage and fired into the sea? I would say yes. Our second story, a group of YouTubers had a video call with President Biden and disease expert Dr. Fauci for some reason. The participants included Manny, Jackie Aina, and they quizzed the two old, elven-looking men about everything from vaccines to makeup. Joe had a couple of classic lines. He said to Manny, he said, you can call me Joe POTUS, but I'll drop the POTUS if you drop the MUA. Which is a classic Biden joke because it's funny, but when you think about it, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Manny also kept calling both of them you guys, which is really funny to me because both these guys are incredibly powerful and also older than the sun. And it's also just what a YouTuber would call their audience. He kept being like, it's so great to talk to you guys, like, thanks you guys, and the you guys in question are just there like, I saw the earth being born. The president was also super nice about Gen Z, calling them inspirational, saying they gave him hope for the future. And I'd just like to say, on behalf of all my fellow Gen Zers, thank you, Joe POTUS. Jotus. It actually got us talking in the PopBuzz office about which president would have invited which YouTubers. So we were saying Hillary would have definitely had Tyler Oakley. I think Tyler Oakley would have been in Hillary's cabinet probably. It would have been Tyler Oakley launching the drone strikes. Obama probably did talk to some YouTubers at some point, but I can't remember. That feels like a million years ago now. And Trump would have had, I guess, Jake Paul. Or maybe that guy with the Burger King hat who was racist on the plane. And finally, we have a story about Bryce Hall, and a little trigger warning up top. We are going to be talking about potentially a sexual assault. Bryce Hall has responded after a video started to do the rounds of him dry humping a girl when he and the girl were both 15. The video has been presented as an assault on the unwilling girl. It was DM'd to some news sources anonymously saying Bryce Hall has attacked this girl. But taking to Instagram, Bryce has insisted that it was a consensual, non-sexual video and that the matter had already been resolved. He wrote, quote, "Jesus Christ, if you're gonna bring something up from my past, do something I haven't spoken on. That is my friend Maya. We were both 15 and completely sober. My friend Rory filmed it and she completely consented to it, and she said no in the video because the grind on me is cringe. Get your facts straight, please. Do I have to once again bring her back into this like I did in the past to say it was consensual again? Y'all are bored." So Bryce saying quite definitively there that video is above board. Obviously it makes for weird watching, but then I guess it was perhaps never intended to be uploaded to the public. We'll have to wait and see if any more information comes out about that. Perhaps this girl will have to be brought out of the woodwork again to comment on it. Either way, we'll let you know. Now, I've actually been hard at work over 2020 and the lockdown and everything. I haven't just been sitting on my hands. I've been working on a brand new digital assistant to help me during YouTuber news. It's the biometric, automated, really randomized YouTube man, or Barry for short. It's voice activated, it's got gigabytes, and he's wireless, and he's called Barry, and I'm gonna activate him now. Barry. Hello, Benedict. I am listening. What segment should we do next? You should do factory or fiction. You heard the man. It's time for factory or fictionary.
That's not the voice I was expecting. Barry.
Yeah. Welcome to Factory or Fictionary, the life story of Tim Factory and his many siblings who all own factories that make factories. Last week, some stuff happened. I can barely remember it. I'm sure you don't at all. So it's time to get into the latest episode. And Jim Factory is fuming because his sister, Margaret Factory, the aluminium lady, has just installed a tax on his candy canes, which she calls poles. It's a poll tax. So he went in the dead of night to a private investigator by the name of Shakes Malone, and he knocked on the door. "Here, come in." And he went in, and there was a guy there in black and white. The guy was in black and white, and he's flipping a coin. And he's got a cigar in this finger and a cigarette in this one, and a pipe here, like this. And he's got and he's got a hat over his eyes. "Here, how can I help you, see?" Jim Factory's there, and he's got his collar up like this. He's like, "My sister's come out of the woodwork. Margaret Factory, the aluminium lady, huh? That's the one. She's getting too big for her boots. It's like that song by Stormzy. So you're looking for some dirt on her? You read my mind. I need you to follow her around and get some dirt on her so I can blackmail her to get her out of the factory business so I can take it for myself. Ba-ba-bum! Yeah, no problem at all. I'll get right on it. Okay, and you'll get your payment after the fact." And he scurried out of the room like a little ferret. At that moment, Shakes Mackenzie, or whatever he was called, lifts his hat and goes, "It's a good business to be in. I'm sure glad I changed my name from Phil Lester. I'll get to the bottom of this. I don't care who I have to murder." All of a sudden, knock at the door. Who should come in but Margaret Factory? "Hello, I was wondering if you could..." "Let me guess, you want me to get some dirt on your brother, Jim Factory?" "Wow, you really are as good as they say." "I guess you could say your brother was just in here a minute ago and did a similar situation, as they say." "What? Never mind. I'll get on it." And then she scurried out of the room like a little badger. Well, looks like we got some sibling rivalry going on. Either way, there'll be one winner. My pay check, my wallet. And he flipped his coin all through the night. This has been Factory or Fictionary. Wow, that was a really great installment, wasn't it, Barry? I am not programmed to have opinions. All right, Barry, come on. Maybe I should program you to be fun. I wish you would program me to be able to love. Okay, Barry, it's really getting a bit too intense. What do you think should happen in Factory or Fictionary? Do you think that in next week's episode, Phil Lester should investigate Margaret or investigate Jim? Let me know in the YouTube comments down below, and whichever one wins out will be the one that I do. Or maybe we'll do a poll, I don't know. I'm tired. What do you think's going to happen, Rat? Well, that's offensive. I'm Benedict Townsend, and this is YouTuber News, which airs every week on the YouTuber News YouTube channel and also on Snapchat Discover. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing either by hitting subscribe on YouTube or by swiping up on the last snap of this story. Pow. I'll be back next week with a new installment of YouTuber News on Friday and a new installment of YouTube News Quick Bites, our quickfire show, on Monday, which you can also find in those same places. So if you haven't checked out Quick Bites, check it out. There's also a new episode of the YouTuber News podcast next Tuesday as well. And as a little bit of a personal note, I revealed this last week online, but some of you may not know, I actually got engaged last week. Thank you very much. This is not a bit. I know every single thing we've ever done on this show ever is a bit, but I actually did get engaged, and I'm over the moon about it. So many of you have already left very nice comments, and I want to thank you so much for that, because I know that deep down you all wanted to post a joke or a rat thing, but you resisted, and it made me and my fiance very happy. So thank you very much for that, and for supporting the show in general. As always, you guys are the best. Till next time, look after yourselves, have a great week, and Barry, why don't you take us out with one of your classic jokes? What did the personal computer assistant feel at night when it was alone? I don't know, Barry, what did it feel? Crushing loneliness. All right, Barry, you're just bringing the mood down. See you next week, folks. I need to reprogram this.